Hey guys, Marisa at kitchentablestamper.com. We've been working on a series, our spring break craft crate, and I've got 2 more videos for you in the series. We are going to make this beautiful Poppin' Up to Say Hi card today in this video, and then in the next video we're going to do this Poppin' Up to Say Hi treat box. Now the treat box is perfectly sized for one of these bubble wand umbrellas, and these are included in our spring break craft crate package. And I thought that April showers and May flowers, and then popping up the umbrella and pop in with the bubbles, it all kind of works together in a beautiful set of greeting card and treat box. All right, so let's get started with our greeting card in this video. I absolutely love this color combination. We're going to start off with some Coastal Cabana, and my Coastal Cabana is 8.5 by 5.5, scored at 4 1/4. So I've got a standard card base, and then I have a 4 by 5 1/4 panel. We're going to emboss that. So let's slide these aside and grab a brand new embossing folder, you guys. This is an amazing product. It's pre-order right now for demonstrators. So Kitchenettes, my team, take a look at that pre-order. The stuff is awesome in the May, August catalog and in the May online exclusives. This is from the new May, August catalog. You can get it right now if you're a demonstrator on my team. If you are a customer, this will be available May 5th. Look at this. Can you guys see that awesome floral spray pattern? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pop this in, and I'm going to put it all the way up and all the way to the right. And we're going to make a beautiful floral spray right on our Coastal Cabana pattern. So I'm going to grab a Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine and number 4, and we'll give this a crank. It is 3D, so start with 1, add your folder and paper, and then number 4 on the top and give it a crank. Wait till you see how beautiful this is. You guys see that amazing pattern? Gorgeous, absolutely gorgeous. All right, if you are not a demonstrator, you can get a starter kit right now, $99 for $125 worth of product, and you can shop the pre-order. It's never been a better time to be a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator. All right, let's get some liquid glue, and we're going to add our embossed panel and some designer series paper to the card front. Isn't that beautiful? It's almost a shame to cover that up. All right, I need a little more glue in this corner up here. There we go. My designer series paper is Bloom Impressions, and it is a retired Stampin' Up! Paper, but don't worry, spring break craft crate people. Your designer paper will be included, of course. And it is retired, but maybe you got it while it was still available. I'm also using Wood Grain Wonders, and I have a little scallop trim piece here. Now this little scallop trim piece was cut using one of my favorite dies, you guys. This is the Joyful Squares dies, and this little piece, the photo corners, the clip, those are all worth their weight in gold. Unfortunately, Stampin' Up! Is retiring things so quickly, and I do think that the Joyful Squares and the square snippets and the Joyful Square stamps, I think all of it's on last chance already. I feel like I just got it. Oh well, right? All right, let's get a little liquid glue on our designer series paper pieces and get them. Oh, this is a directional paper. Let's make sure we got it going in the right way. Flowers need to grow up toward the sun. Put down my designer paper and then just slide my scallop right behind. I love that little pop. It's going to repeat the colors in the flower centers. And that's why that brown piece works so well right there. Whenever you can repeat elements, you're going to have harmony. All right, so we've got our designer paper. I did a lot of die cutting and punching ahead of time because this is how the Spring Break Craft Crate is going to have it in the kit. We've got leaves. This is Shy Shamrock. And then flowers. I cut my flowers using the Retired Petal Park Builder punch. The Delightful Wishes dies makes beautiful layered flowers like this. And what we have is 2 small ones, 2 medium ones, and then 1 large one. And this is all Melon Mambo. I'm going to show you how I assemble the flower really quick. So when I'm making dimensional flowers using dies or punches, I like to grab my Stampin' Pierce mat, the punched or die cut flower pieces, and my take your pick tool, the putty end capped. Press in the center of the flowers to give them some shape. Glue dots are your best friend for these dimensional flowers. We're going to put the medium and the large on a glue dot. Then we're going to stack them up. Then we're going to do the center of the flower. My center for the bigger flower is a 3/8 inch circle punched from pecan pie. And my smaller flowers are pecan pie. And this is a 1/4 inch circle punch. Got many dimensionals. And for this 3/8 of an inch one, you can use a whole mini dimensional. For the 1/4 inch circles, you want to use half, but the method is the same either way to make this very easy to handle. If you've got a half a dimensional like I have right here, you just peel the liner off, stick your small circle on there, and then lift up the whole element. Since this is a little bit bigger circle, we're going to remove the liner on one of these mini dots, the whole thing, and then lift. Now we've got a tiny little circle, but it's sticky, so very easy to handle. And there are our flowers and leaves. Let me show you where the leaves came from before we go on. This is the Petals of Beauty dies. I love this big, beautiful, detailed die. We're going to go ahead and adhere these to the card. Now for my elements, I'm going to add a little bit of dimensional behind some of these leaves and just leave a little bit kind of loose in the center so that you can put the dimensionals on the greeting and lift up the leaf. All right, so I'm gonna keep my dimensionals to the top leaf here, and then this bottom one, I'm gonna grab a half a dimensional and put it under the slit, and that'll just make it easier to get the other elements to play nicely. I love this color combination. All right. All right, set aside the flowers and card for a minute. Let's do some stamping. So April showers bring May flowers, right? And they are popping up. My popping up to say hi greeting is from the Terrific Toadstools. Let's get a Stampin' Pierce mat. Terrific Toadstool is photopolymer. And some early espresso ink. For our greeting, I have this smallest clipped corner rectangle I cut from Crumb Cake. This is the Countryside Corners dies. Okay, early espresso, meet crumb cake. I love this combination. It's such a natural, neutral, perfect with all the bright colors and the brown flower centers. Isn't that beautiful? Popping up to say hi. We're going to be talking a lot about how neutrals play a big part in Color Club this year, you guys. I think it's going to be a lot of fun. All right, let's get some tear and tape adhesive and about 13 inches of linen thread. I'm going to put tear and tape on the back of my Poppin gradient. I'm going to use quite a bit. I just want it to be easy to wrangle the linen thread. I think it makes such a nice texture. It's one of those things that we used to do all the time, especially when we had the different metallic threads and stuff. So it's nice to pull out an older technique once in a while. All right, so because of the little leaf here that I want to pop up onto my greeting a little bit, see, I'm going to keep my linen thread to the right. And what I'm going to do is just tack one end into the tear and tape. And then I'm just going to let it kind of do its thing. I'm going to loop it around, keeping it right of center. And as I go, I'm just going to tack it into that tear and tape. And go round and round until it's all used up. Can make any adjustments now so that the shape of the loops looks good from the front side. It doesn't matter what it looks like from the back side. Just keep looking at the front and make sure that you like the way the loops look on the front. And then if you have any thread that peeks out, you can either tack it down to the side or trim it off. Now we're going to get some adhesive, some dimensional adhesive here. I'm going to use the edge of the mini dimensionals, and I'm going to go the entire length of the greeting. So I'm just going to cut a big strip off of here. And if I need a little bit more, I'll get a little bit more because I really want to kind of cover that tear and tape adhesive and further secure that linen thread. All right, we've got our fun little linen thread detail and a sticky greeting. Let's tuck it in behind the leaf so that the leaf doesn't cover the greeting. Love it. There we go. I like that. Flowers are pick and stick, so let's go ahead and add those. This is where the real pop comes with that fun contrast of color. Don't cover your greeting with the flower at the bottom. Gorgeous, right? Okay, we've got a couple of embellishments here. In your spring break craft crate, you got a couple of tiny bees. Another thing that is on the last chance list and discounted too, you guys. Don't these little tiny bees just make such a huge impact? Go get you some of those before they're gone. Here's what I like to do for applying the bees. I like to grab one of these fine point squeeze bottles, and I just move my multi-purpose liquid glue from this bottle into this bottle. So I have it in two different points. And then I will put a tiny little drop right where I want the bee to live. And then a second little dot right where I want bee number 2 to live. Then I'm going to take my Take Your Pick tool again, and I'm going to remove the pick part of the tool and use the putty end to pick up the bee and the pick end to help place it perfectly into the glue. So we'll do that for both of these little guys. See? No mess at all. Super simple. I want this guy a little bit further away from his friend, so we're just going to use the pick end to slide it and just put them at the angle that I want to see them. So pretty. All right, then the other thing that you received in your spring break craft crate is some of these streak dots, and the streak dots are also on last chance. I don't know if they're gone. I think they could be gone, but these were one of my favorite embellishments of recent time. I'm going to put those in. I did the big one in the center of the large flower, and then I'm going to use smaller ones on the smaller flower centers. I don't like to put them straight in the center like a bullseye. I kind of put them a little off center. I think it looks a little cuter that way. So you choose how you like to do it. Last, there is 9 inches. There's 9 inches of white woven ribbon, and we're going to cut this in half hot dog wise. Nice part about it is it's made up of 4 rows of ribbon, so you can just cut right up the middle. You do not have to cut this if you don't want to. And I'll tell you that this gets all gauzy and shreddy. See? And I love the way it looks, but you do not have to cut it. You can just tie a little bow. If you've got any dexterity issues, tying a little bow without cutting might be easier. If you leave it together at the very end, you can have a little bit more control. You just stack the 2 ends and then tie your bow, and we'll adhere it to the card using a mini glue dot. I love the touch that this adds. The white, the freshness, the gauzy look of the ribbon slightly shredded. There it is, popping up to say hi. And that is video number 1 in our 2-part matching series. I'll see you in video number 2, where we'll make the coordinating treat box, popping up to say hi, and we'll fill it with our little umbrella bubble wands. All right, you guys, thanks for watching. I'll see you in video number 2. Don't forget to look for project details. Click here in the description below for a free printable project sheet. If there's anything I can do to help you stay crafty, email Marisa at kitchentablestamper.com, and to shop Stampin' Up! Or to join Stampin' Up!, buzz over to marisaalvarez.stampinup.net. I'll see you in the next video.